A valuable product lies buried in the hills surrounding Anyi, for it is there that underground deposits of salty brine lay hidden. If the brine is pumped to the surface and evaporated in kettles under big fires, the product is crystallized salt. Surely it is a gift from the dragon. It is past time for the government to take control of this lucrative industry so that more people can enjoy the delicious flavor that salt adds to the daily meal. Go to Anyi, locate the salt deposits, and construct salt mines. Open trade with the distant cities of the Zhou kingdom, for most have already acquired a taste for salt that is not easily satisfied. Ceramics and bronze can be imported from Hao, for the hills of Anyi, though rich in many ways, lack these commodities.
Hey guys, welcome back to Emperor, and it looks like we're developing a salt industry. So it produced 28 canisters of salt in 1 year. That is actually really easy because salt mines produce tons of salt per year. Yearly profit of 1,500 strings of cash, but we also need to have 13,000 strings of cash in our treasury. That's actually easier if you're playing on very easy because you'll already have that goal. But this one is a little bit tricky because we have to import a lot of things. So let's go to the city, pause immediately and have a look around. So big amount of space here, and here's the salt marshes. Unlike most materials, salt mines must be placed on top of the salt marsh itself. They can't be like placed away from it. And the only thing that can be constructed on here is salt mines and roads. So you're gonna have to kind of create zigzaggy roads through all this bit to provide access to salt mines and that. Plenty of space for the inspector's towers as well, so it's okay. The only problem is that all of the salt is on the other side of the map, where all the enemy things are, so we'll have to blockade them in a bit. So luckily there's no invasions in this mission, so building up an army is not really necessary in this one. So we're going to keep the housing low because we don't really need a big city, and I'm going to have to import goods from cities. So we've got Hao here, which isn't talking to us. We can import jade and export carved jade for now at least. Maybe export a little bit of game meat. We'll also have to export lots of salt because that's going to be necessary. So I'm going to put down most of the housing blocks down here, maybe like 2 of them just here, and then all the farms over here. I think we've got cabbage and millets, so that's good enough. We've also got hunter's tents, so I'll probably use that as an early starting one if it's necessary. So I'm going to plant that housing block and see how it turns out. So I've got this housing block planted. I put nothing over here other than a small bit of a road for where I plan to put it. As you can see, we're drained out a little bit of our funds. So let's get started with this city, then I'll unpause it. I'm going to put a road block just in there. Not a road block, a road there with a wall over it. That's just so that they don't have to go round in circles. So what we've got down, we've got some pheasants around here, that's good. There's a couple of salamanders here, so we can destroy them. Not destroy them, but wall them in a bit, just stop them trying to attack us. I'm going to put down a couple of hunters' tents. What I'm going to do is put the second, instead of putting the second housing block here, I'll put it in this kind of direction if I need it, and I'll just put all the farms down this way instead. Let's put millet in, and that'll give space for all of that. So there'll be a couple of farms down here, one of each I think, maybe a couple of hemp farms, I don't know, just in this spacey area kind of here. Let's destroy some trees. Get that in. Put in this, that, and just do that tree removal because it's unnecessary. Place that, so now we're just going to get this going. We've got enough space for workers, obviously. I'm also going to put down the administrative city, I think, fairly early to get taxing going quite quickly. Taxation, at least. I think I'll just put it down in this little corner here. Like so. We don't even have a palace, which is an indication that you don't really need much in the way of troops or anything like that. No point. I mean, if you really want to build a fort, you're free to do so, but you have to import this stuff, remember, so don't forget that. let's set agriculture up to high. Let's turn off cabbage and millet because we don't need that right now. Well, we'll set the wage rates very high temporarily just to get some workers in, obviously. So the people are coming in, that's good. I don't envision this being a very long mission, but obviously getting salt started fairly quickly is going to be necessary. I'm going to open up this diplomatic request with How, and I think one with, I'm not sure if it's Shu or what I'll go with. I'll see later once we've got the income stabilised. In terms of the jade and carved jade stuff, I am going to put that all up here. So this is all the trading is going to go up here. I'm not putting it anywhere else. Simply because it's easier to put it up here where it's all centralised. Khufu buys salt, if I remember correctly. I'll put that as a road going that way, actually. I'll have a kind of sections. I'll have a section down here for salt and a section up here for the other stuff. So let's put nothing down, actually. We'll wait off a bit. I want to get some workers in first before we do anything. So the hunters are coming back, which is good with their food. I'm going to put down a cabbage farm. Just have one of each, just for now. I might expand it to maybe 2 millet, 1 cabbage, I don't know. But we're getting the food in. I have to not forget the gods. We've still got our 3 ancestor heroes. We'll have to keep them happy, obviously.
Keeps the old akindle and adds
With a bit of food in there, we'll put down a food shop just to see how that goes. 30 workers left. What I'm going to do is maybe just pad out this whole block here with as many houses as I can fit. Not easy when all of this is bad feng shui, as you can see. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, trade with Hao's opened up straight away, which is good. They're already respectful, which is good. These 2 are agreeable. There's no vassals in this one. Hao buys salt, but we have to import the bronze from them. Who sells us clay? We can import clay from Khufu, which is good. That allows us to make the bronze where necessary by importing the bronze from Hao. I'm not importing ceramics. No one's going to get access to ceramics. Can we put down a logging shed? We can, which is good. We don't have to import any wood then, do we? I'll put that just there. And then we're going to put down a tax office just here. So we'll fill up all of this with as many workers as we can. Just put as many of these down as I can. That should feng shui, it's all perfect. I didn't notice until after I'd done the recording for Hao, but I got perfect harmony in that one. I'm looking at perfect harmony here. So we're going to get these people taxed, get them working, get the food into the city, obviously. I'm going to leave space for an ancestral shrine, that's the only problem. Destroy that tree, can I get it in there? Yes I can, that's good, so that's spaced all that out nicely. So we'll get all of this in, get the meat and all that into the place. We've got a couple of farms providing a good supply of food. We'll try and get at least the plain cottages first before we try to evolve anything above that. Because we don't need to provide the hemp just yet because we don't have enough workers. So there we go, we've got some workers. Workers for me are going to be really devoted towards building up this salt industry. So we're going to put that there. Put that there. Now I'm going to roadblock that. And we're going to put down... can I put that in there? I can, that's going to accept salt. We're going to fill up the storage yards with as much salt as we can. Both of them. Like so, I'll just drag this road out. We'll roadblock that there because we don't need to be going out there. So let's get some salt made as quickly as we can. And we'll use up the workers putting salt marshes down, salt mines down, like so. And that like so. That uses up some of the unemployment, which is good. And then we're going to put this in that little gap there, which fits. So that'll produce some salt, so that'll reach the 28 canisters of salt. We're going to have to set up trading fairly quickly, otherwise we're going to run out of money. So let's see. Khufu sells us jade. We'll import the jade and sell carved jade for now at least. We'll put that there. That'll accept carved jade. What's our city like? Stabilizing. 20 more people can enter this city. That should sort out most of this. So we'll fill up this as much as we can with salt. This 4 will produce all the salt we need. And what we're going to do is, for the foreseeable, I'm just going to give all the salt to the gods, unless we have requests. But I'm pretty sure these 4 mines will provide as much as we need, so not going to worry too much about that. Let's go ahead and put down this. We'll clear out some of the trees because we don't need the trees right now, because in fact we have too many trees in this map. So let's put down too many trees, get rid of them. Put that there. We'll import some jade, not loads, we'll just import a small amount. Like so, we'll do this. I'll roadblock that there to stop them wandering into this space here. Let's see, we can put a jade carver studio down, I believe. Yes, so that's good. 1, 2, 3. We'll put that down and just let this fill up with as much carved jade as possible. That uses up some of the unemployment that we've got. So we're going to need to grow some hemp, obviously. For the city, let's see if we put that there. We can. So we'll set that to hemp. And we'll put down a hemp farm. Just, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like so. Then put that down, just that. That'll do, I think, for all of that. We won't build out any more if we don't need it. And this space is useful for another house block, just in case we do need more housing in the city. So we've really just got to let the salt build up as much as we can. We're obviously probably going to make it this year, actually, but we'll have to see. So we'll import a little bit of jade, which will empty out into this here. We'll run out of money, obviously, shortly. But that should provide 8 carved jade, which will be useful. Now with this salt that we've got, let's just give 8 to the gods each time, just to let it go somewhere. Let's see, 1 month passed. Let's give more salt to the gods, just because, why not? We've got exactly 4,000 strings of cash, that's good. So this hemp farm will harvest, and that'll provide us with hemp for the city, which we're not going to need. I'm going to let the hemp build up first before I distribute it, because we'll have loads in stock when we can give it to them. Now I'm going to put down this, a music school, and that'll provide them with up to spacious dwelling, I think, is it? Yes. A couple of months have went by. Let's give 1D salt. The salt is better to give off because you'll make plenty of it. But we've got some salamanders coming in, we don't want that. Let's build a wall like so, and hope that won't stop them. This it will, that's good. Where's all the... there's no other little bits to get up there. That's actually pretty good. So if I keep that there, that'll prevent them coming out into the city completely, because there's nowhere for them to reach the rest of it, so it's good. It's pretty good actually. The only problem is they have to go so far to trade, which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. Now I'm going to put down this trading station for Anyi, because we'll sell the carved jade once it builds up a bit more in this city. Now for the bronzeware makers, they like all of this kind of area, so this is good for them. So salt's building up. How much have we managed to make in this first year of the second year of the mission? That is 30. Already we met the goal. 36. That's pretty good. So now all we have to do is make money. That is going to be self-explanatory, to be honest with you. Now, I mentioned in the previous video there is another way to get plain food, or at least mentioned about salt. In the game there are 2 additional food types which are not foods. Salt is spices. You get salt at the moment, obviously. You can import salt from any mission in a lot of cities. Spices comes up excuse me, later on in the campaign when you get cash guards or trade route. I'll not go into too much detail about it. But basically these act as additives. So if you have, like, say, only game meat in a spill, that'll count as bland food. But you can get salt, and that'll give it the plain food. So I'm going to set this build to get 2 salt canisters. So I'll go across country to get that salt canister. And that will provide us the next level of food type for the city. So I'll put that there just to give them a better, closer access. And so that'll provide us a lot more food types than is actually necessary. But it'll just make sure that the city has a level of supply that's necessary. Salt appears quite frequently now in the campaign. It's quite necessary. Let's see, our gods are all pleased. We don't have to worry about them striking fear into us. So we'll let all of this provide salt. Got a house caught an infection, I think. Unfortunately, so we're just going to let the food build up. We're going to turn on these farms to get the next level of crops that they'll harvest. They're out of season, they're out of season. Next season begins in July for millet, that's good. So I'm going to let this run, let them import more jade, get the carved jade supplies up, and we'll start selling salt, obviously, to Khufu once that builds up. I'll let the game run for a bit just so that so you don't have to keep seeing me building up nothing and watching my funds slowly dwindle away. Oh, How has a festival. 6 canisters of salt, but we've got plenty of that, so let's just send it off. I put some carved jade into selling at this trading station for Anyi, because we're seriously going to start running out of cash. And that gets us some money, which is good. And we'll also sell off a little bit of salt. Now let's see, have we made a yearly profit yet? If we have, all we have to do is let the city get how regards more highly, because we sent off the required stuff there. Doesn't anyone else sell jade? I think the nomad camps sell jade, so we might try to get them open, because they're not going to invade it until much late. I mean, way out of time for the invasion, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. We got 1,016. Oh, what a shame. We were so close, but never mind. At least we built up our funds of cash, so that allows us more money to play with in this one, so that's good. So I'll just let this build up again. What's our worker shortage like? It's quite big. Are they needing access to hemp? Yes they are, because there's plenty of food types in this city now. Let's provide them with hemp and boost the supply of workers at higher. Hopefully get plenty of taxation going. Hopefully this will evolve, that'll be good. Plenty of hemp in stock anyway. And it says we've got like, well, we don't have tons of salt at the moment because we're selling a little bit of it at the moment. So once the employment builds up a bit, the unemployment, I'll put some more salt mines down to try and boost supply. There's our houses evolving, which is good. That'll provide us with another 550 workers. I'm going to put down a couple of these. Obviously to boost the buildings and to boost the housing desirability, which is good. And so I think those 2 farms are actually providing enough food for the city, as long with the salt, so that's good. We're not providing anyone with ceramics unless we have a ridiculous amount of money available to us, because there's no need to do that. So let's start importing clay from Khufu. We'll not import more than 8 because we don't need that much. Let's see who else is buying salt. I think How buys salt. They buy some salt, yes, that's good. Let's put this trading station down for How. Just move the roadblock 1 tile along. And export salt to How as well, since we're needing some, obviously. Let's see. We need to put down a couple of bronzeware makers. 1, 2, 3. We'll just import 12, not 12 bronze, 8 bronze. And let this just kind of stabilize the city in certain ways. Just got to let the carved jade industry really build itself up. I think this one housing block will provide us all we need, so that'll be good. If necessary, I'll just provide ceramics and an acupuncture and the acrobat school if it's absolutely needed. Somehow though, I doubt it. And if I have to, I can just put it maybe in there if I delete one of those. Yeah, I could put it in there and I could just put the thing over here instead, so let's just do that. Like so, just in case that gets blocked up for some reason. Slowly running out of cash from the selling of importation of jade and things like that and clay for the city, so I'll let this run, let the salt piles build out more salt mines as necessary, and just see if we can really complete the mission as quickly as we can, because we won't have any difficulty reaching that yearly profit, but it's this treasury goal that's the hardest one. Obviously beating the first goal fairly easily, so I'll let this run and see how it goes. So coming back in here, I put down some more salt marshes, salt mines to be precise. I'm just going to check the hazards to see if he's going the full length. I sent off some trade agreements to a couple of cities to see what they would say. Not a lot, obviously. I'm going to put down a number of inspectors tower just down here, just to make sure everyone's covered. I'm not going to try and evolve it. How said I would buy more salt, so I'm putting more salt into the city. We sell off a bit more carved jade. So what does Pyongyang buy? They buy salt and weapons if we want to make them. And Shu buys salt, so we'll try and get salt sent to some cities, I think, to try and get more trade routes open. And also the price of selling salt went up by 5, if I remember correctly. 6. Sorry, so let's just set this up to... we can't set it any higher than that. Which is annoying because... that's gone up to 46, which is strange. I don't know why that's saying that I can't. I think it's because it's not a Chinese city or something. I don't know, but I think that's an error. We should be selling it more than that. Can I check the commerce tab? What does it say? Salt buys 80. Oh, I don't know what that means. I've never tried to understand the commerce stuff, it makes no sense to me at all. So we're just constantly selling salt here. City's got quite a few workers in, got some unemployment at least. I'm going to set the hemp to 28 full, and I'm going to set this to get 4 ceramics. And we're going to import a little ceramics from How. Not tons, but enough to just to supply the city with what it needs. Who else buys carved jade? Pretty sure someone else out there must buy carved jade. And let's try to send diplomatic requests to the other couple of cities that are wanting our interest. Sell off a little bit of salt, that's good. Import some ceramics. So we've got 4 food types here. I don't think we'll need another housing block, to be honest with you, if we can provide... Oh, we've got an earthquake. Pyongyang is grateful for salt. Is anyone upset? No, so I think that's just a... Oh dear. We have just had a terrible earthquake destroy some houses. I'm not sure why that is, because I didn't have that happen before. So let's give some salt to the gods just to keep them happy. I'm going to go and rebuild this, because that was a fail. And come back in when it's all done. Oh, another festival at How, and we don't have much salt this time, so I'm going to have to hopefully build up the supplies of salt in the city, because we've got 3, but not enough to send to anyone, so let's just stockpile salt for a bit. I'm going to set this to stockpile just to try and meet that request. Rebuilt the houses, that's all fine and dandy, they've all fairly quick. As you can see, we're almost out of money. And that's going to be expected. Let's see, can we send off the 5? I know it's 9. Wait, is it? Oh, there's 12 in this city, but it doesn't register it. Okay, fine. I think it's because when it's in a trading post, it doesn't count to the quota or something. Or it might come from just anywhere, because I don't understand how it gets it. Let's stop stockpiling the salt. Provides them with the plain and the appetizing food. So these houses will evolve, providing me more taxation money and more workers, obviously. I'm going to put down the acrobat school and just provide acrobat access just for the sake of it, just to get more taxation money and prevent us building another thingamabob, whatever it's called. I've got some bronzeware stockpiling in a storage yard, which is good. We'll set that to 12. We don't need to sell that much. Just got to build up the supplies very, very slowly to both meet the profit, the treasury goal and the profit goal. It's kind of annoying, I have to say, because you've got to do it in one fair swoop with the cash, which doesn't help in any way at all. I'll set it to 45. I'll set it to 44 and see if anyone complains. When it's red, you can't. You're gonna get penalties in favour for doing that, so be careful. How is partly admiring because I think we've kept sending them gifts, which is good. So we just got to really just balance the books. And Khufu wants salt. Let's give it to them. Says why not? There's not enough salt to provide to anyone in this city, so we're just gonna have to sort of let this balance out. We've got the workers coming back in, which is good, so this will all start to restabilise. We've got ornate apartments, so I don't think we'll need to provide anyone with anything else. And so I'll just let this run and come back if anything interesting happens at all. Good time to come back in. Peasants demand a raise, but we're already paying the highest level anyway, so it doesn't matter. Houses started to devolve because they don't have the right level of food types in here, so I built a second millet farm. We have made a profit of 3,181, so I've met that goal, so now all I have to do is really sit around waiting for the map to give me 13,000 strings of cash, which is going to take a very long time considering we're only exporting a very limited amount of goods to the city. I've put some weaponsmiths down to make use of the excess bronze that I'm importing so that I can provide Pyongyang with weapons because they open trade with us. I sent off a couple of diplomatic requests to Wu and the nomad camps. The nomad camps don't buy anything that I can make, they only sell me jade, which I can get from 2 cities anyway. And Wu buys absolutely nothing necessary, so I'm just going to send all the weapons off to Pyongyang once I start making them. So really I'm just going to leave this running and maybe build a couple more salt marshes, I don't know. And really just let the salt build up in this city because well, I'm going to stop selling salt, I think, to Khufu and just sell all the salt to other people because there really isn't a need because we can sell plenty of salt to others. So I'll just leave this running and come back when we're getting closer to 13,000 strings of cash to win the mission. So we're almost at the goal required. I just put down a fort because I had like a ridiculous amount of unemployment. I think I had like something like 25%. So I set the wage rate lower down to normal. Still had a bunch of unemployment, so I just put a fort down just to sap up workers and then just ran it down a bit more. So we'll just sell off a bit of carved jade and that breaches us through the 13,000 treasury goal. So now all I have to do is keep that there for a month and we will complete this mission. Boy, this is tough. But there we go, we're done.
Humble administrator, your dexterity at managing the many aspects of a thriving city is only surpassed by your good sense of business savvy. Government control of this lucrative product will help to ensure the longevity of the mighty Zhou dynasty.
Yes, control of salt is important. So in the next video, we're going to head to the first desert mission of Emperor, where it's actually really easy to get perfect feng shui, to be honest with you. So thanks for watching this one for Anyi, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.